And I think this agency and player agency, and this many choices is the thing that is overwhelming.
Mhm.
And it's what I think most people actually like when it comes down to it. It's what most people actually want out of a TTRPG experience. A tabletop role-playing game is they want it to be more than a video game. They want it more than they want it to be very, very dynamic, and they have so much more ability to effectuate the world.
Yeah, and a big thing when we talked about agency early on, and we wanted this like bringing people back to that storytelling together and not just on rails, as useful as that can be, having that open-endedness and allowing that to be easily accessible. So we were thinking, how do we do that? Well, having those 2 sessions, that planning and execution, gives the GM and the players time to not only formulate that plan, but the GM the ability to prepare for it and to either build in the alternatives or run with what the players are known to do. Because not everybody can be a Matt Mercer or a Brandon Lee Mulligan and just like off the cuff just throw it down in some tilt shift thing in the mission. And this kind of helps make it buffers that, I think. And this is coming from an individual who I've never GM'd. Like I'm still in the process of considering at some point in the future, but it's terrifying. It's a scary thing for someone who doesn't do that. And the weird part is I don't have a fear of like public speaking or talking to people or all that fun stuff, but being on the spot to pivot and think about story stuff that the players do or don't want and not keep it on rails is something I'm struggling with. But our system, I think, tempers that. So,
and I also think that it not only can help create I think some really good comfort for the GM that they have some time to prepare, but I think that it also is really, really helpful when it comes to setting pacing for your players as well, right? There isn't this constant worry that like, jump into combat, I gotta go as fast as I can. No, this session's about figuring out a plan. This session is about, like assessing from different angles. And I think this is also very important. It is also a really great way to build up role-playing skills, right? To sort of work that muscle. Because I think for a lot of players, there is a level of discomfort or a lack of familiarity
100%.
with how much do I need to really get into this, and
like I still haven't found Nim. I still am very uncomfortable role playing with him. I don't feel good like I did with Riken or Cord and Keg. I was more identified with. I played one mission with them, so you're right.
Yeah. And I think like it is having some space to explore that, because I think oftentimes it can be really easy, because there's a lot of very combat focused games, to just build a character who's like good at combat, and then that will actually take care though of most of the game for you, right? Like the way that you interact with the game is typically via combat, and so I don't need to worry about roleplay, I don't need to worry about creativity. I can make a character who is like very good at one thing, and that works. That one thing is most of the game, and I'm not knocking that. I think that's actually
can be very fun.
That is fun. There's a reason that I still will play D&D and stuff. Like I like, that's fun.
People love gladiatory arenas, right? That big
there's a certain punchiness that you do enjoy, but I think that